Um, so at the end of the podcast, Patrick likes to play a little game. Since I have no idea how to even start, uh, pulling stuff for his newer games, I'm just gonna fall back to 20 questions.
Okay.
Basically, my panelists here are gonna have to try to guess, in this case, a game that I have picked, and they only have 20 questions to do so. If they try to make a guess at the game and get it wrong, then they're unable to make any more guesses after that. So if they're able to get it within 20 questions, then the person who gets it gets a point. And if I stump them, I actually will not get a point because I'm not Patrick, and that's not how I score. so so you'll just be stumped, and then you'll go from there, I guess. So, like I said, it is a video game, and the order will go Hunter, Ned, and then Sam, because that's the order you guys appear on my screen.
Cool.
All right, is it a current title?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. Was this a platform exclusive?
Let me. Okay, at the time of its release, I'll go the way Patrick does. Yes.
Okay.
Are we looking at I guess I guess along the same lines of platform exclusive? Is it particularly or usually grouped in with like a Sony game, like a PlayStation based console?
Are you saying is it a PlayStation game, basically?
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess. Okay. Oh,
This one might be tough for you guys to get. Like
Is it a fighting game?
It is not a fighting game. Like if I was one of the people picking a game for the other podcast that we did, this would probably be my first pick as a game.
Okay. Was this title released before January 1st, 2000?
Yes.
Okay.
I always had to check that because I'm terrible with dates.
oh goodness, it's getting in unfamiliar territory for me.
Well, here's the
Is
thing. Since it is before then, that should greatly narrow down what PlayStation console it is.
True.
So,
Is it a sports type game? I guess not like not necessarily just Madden or anything like that, but
oh, definitely not.
okay.
That's 6 questions, so you are starting with 7, Hunter.
Is it a racing game?
Nope.
Is this a platformer?
No.
I'm gonna take the I guess the easy guess out. Is it anything to do with Spider-Man?
No.
Okay. That makes it a little bit easier for me.
I'll give you a hint. Joel Watt refuses to play this genre.
Hmm.
That may not be a very good hint, but I tried.
Let's see. I'm going to say... Whose turn is it?
It's back to Hunter.
Okay.
I'm okay. I'm thinking real hard over here. I can't.
I can't imagine any games before 2000. I'd have to look that up, but that would probably be cheating.
I'm kind of iffy on that. I think a lot of players say don't look that stuff up, but I'm not sure if because I seem to recall them doing that in certain cases.
Hmm.
On the other hand, looking stuff up doesn't always help. But
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Is it an obscure game, or is it a? Actually, I'll just say, is it a popular game? I'll just stick with that.
you know,
At the time it was released,
you know what? I
Around
would
the
have to
time.
say no.
Hmm.
I think you were more correct in saying it was more obscure the first time. So
okay.
now I got to start putting fingers down, folks.
All right. Did this title feature tank controls?
Oh,
No,
okay.
Okay.
it's an interesting question.
Hmm. Is it in the horror genre?
Nope.
Okay.
I guess the game.
If you'd like to, you can, but if you get it wrong, you can't do any other questions.
Okay, never mind then. How many questions are we at?
Let's see. 12. My fingers don't work. uh, I have to wonder if you guys have even heard of this game at this point.
I have an idea. I've got it narrowed down to about 3 different possible titles, but
Wow.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Okay, Ned, if you want to take a crack at it, go ahead.
okay, is this a rhythm game?
No.
Okay, so it's not that one.
Interesting.
So I'm PlayStation 1, assuming.
Correct assumption, yeah.
Okay. Is it I guess is it called a character platformer? Like Crash Bandicoot or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Okay, it shares initials with a popular explosive device. If that helps.
Oh,
The genre does. Man, that's 3 hints I've given now.
is it a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game?
No. Are there any good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games on the PlayStation?
I don't know.
I
was
feel like
thinking-
there should be.
I was thinking TNT because
Yeah.
it's explosive.
Okay,
Well, you're not wrong.
so okay, is this a Final Fantasy title?
No. Final Fantasy isn't that obscure. It's probably the most popular in its genre.
Well, I'm trying to because you mentioned that it shares initials with a popular explosive. I'm trying to go through ones in that genre on the PlayStation in my head.
Your instincts serve you well.
Oh, was that another hint?
Oh. So is this a Bomberman game?
No.
Oh,
Since he didn't say a specific title, that doesn't count as him guessing the name,
Nope.
I think. We'll go with it. Got 3 left. So I'm going to say 3 more questions, and then you'll have to guess.
I was going to say, I think we skipped over Sam. So, Sam, I'll let you have the next one.
That's okay. I noticed it, but I was like, good. I have more time. Shoot. Is this a... Oof, goodness. Is it a party game?
No, there are parties you can form in the game, but it's not a party game.
Okay.
Okay. I know this isn't technically obscure, but it is more obscure here in the West. This is a Dragon Quest game.
No, but you're probably getting closer than any of these two are. Got 1 question left to ask. I don't know why I just decided to use this one as the last one.
Make sure that your last question is a rocket-propelled grenade.
Oh, okay. You know, that makes sense now that I think about it. Honestly, that went over my head earlier. I thought I caught on the hint, but I'm starting.
Well, I mean, you don't want it to hit you directly in the chest. That would be bad.
That's true. So I'm glad it went over my head then.
Exactly.
So my question?
You've got the last one.
If you'd like it.
The pressure.
Somebody else needs to ask because I can't think of anything.
Then
Honestly,
whoever
Ned's got the easiest. Or Ned's got the best, I feel like.
Yeah, I defer to Ned.
Okay.
Sorry to put you on the spot there.
I feel like we've been
Was
putting
this
Ned on the
game-
spot all night.
Was this game a sequel to
Not a lot of knowledge.
particularly to was this the sequel to Chrono Trigger?
This is not a sequel at all.
Ooh.
Crap.
That would have been a good earlier question.
If anything, it's the opposite of a sequel.
It's a start.
That doesn't mean prequel. I mean, literally the opposite. Right.
So now, do we have 3 guesses?
Yeah, so each of you gets to guess a title.
Oh, goodness.
All right, I'm just going to throw one out there. Earthworm Jim.
No.
It's a good game, though.
It is a great
Yeah.
game. Wrong console, I think. But,
Oh, yeah.
all right. Who wants to step up to the plate?
I'm trying to think of I don't know too many RPGs aside from the really obvious ones.
I was afraid. I mean, it's a really hard one because that console was known for tons.
Yeah.
I should have thought about that before using this one, but I like this game and I like mentioning it whenever I can, which is not often.
Fair.
My problem is that there's probably a good, now that I know it's an RPG, there's probably a good half dozen ones I can name, but I'm not sure they would be considered obscure. You know what?
Well, I mean, I think it's obscure in a sense that it seems it has more of a cult following rather than like a big mainstream following. Like, as I know of it just from my circle of friends, but it's not like, oh yeah, this one, yeah, I know that, everyone knows that. So
I'm starting to think of good questions, but I'm a little too late on that.
You know what? I'm going to take a stab in the dark. Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, that's such a good choice, but no.
Darn
it.
No, it's on me and I have no idea. Can I goodness.
Are you trying to phone a friend?
I was gonna say, can I ask someone?
Do I get a lifeline?
Who would you ask?
Ned. Honestly, I'm so bad at this.
I suppose you can discuss with him if you would like. since you guys are really far. from the
See,
mark.
if I would have caught on earlier that it was an RPG, I would have asked: is it turn based or is it more action? Oh, is it Diablo? That's probably not.
It's not, but that's also such a good game. The problem is, like, Diablo for the PlayStation 1 required basically the entire memory card to save your game
Yeah.
on its own.
And see, like there were so many others. When you said it wasn't a sequel, I knew it couldn't be Suikoden 2.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
Is it?
It's Suikoden.
Decoded.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
It's
say
the
it
first
was
game
the first
in the
game.
series. It's not a sequel because it was the first one.
Oh wait, you're saying that's
Do
the
you
answer?
actually know that the series, Ned?
Yes, I knew about the series, but I didn't know that the second one was actually the first one.
Well, no, it's Suikoden. It was the game, but you said Suikoden 2. So you hit really close after it didn't count.
Ah,
It's I knew Suikoden 2 came out on the PlayStation 1. I didn't know the original did.
I remember
was-
you talking about it too,
Oh
like a
man.
while ago.
I mean, this game was great because first of all, you would have to recruit 108 different people.
That's cool.
You got your own
What?
castle, which you could basically, as you collect people, you could upgrade it. It had this rune system for spell casting, which is pretty unique, and it had its own lore within the lore. And the rarity, like the main character wasn't some dude with a sword or whatever, it was just some young kid with a bow staff. I mean, it did so many things differently than other games at the time. So it's one of my favorite series. I'm not sure if it's my favorite. I think Suikoden 2 is probably my favorite in the series, but I wanted to start with the first one.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So the game was
Yeah, there it
Suikoden.
is. It was released in 1995. I knew about the second one. I remember it being released in 98. I didn't realize the first one was on the PlayStation as well.
There's a lot of Suikodens.
Yeah, and I said, because you had said, is this a current series? I said, unfortunately, no, because Konami doesn't know a good game series if it came up and bit them in the face.
Hmm.
Konami is messing up hard nowadays.
Yeah.
And like there was at least 3 others I was thinking of. It could have been Xenogears. I said Legend of Dragoon.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wild Arms wasn't on the PlayStation though.
Okay,
Wild Arms was great.
I will say I will never touch a Wild Arms game again. I played Wild Arms 3, and then there was this 100 level dungeon. It was optional. But basically, you had to go through all 100 levels without saving, without leaving to replenish your supplies or anything.
Wow.
And at the end of the dungeon was this really difficult boss. And basically, I got to that boss and defeated it. And it basically wiped out all of my supplies in doing so. It's like, yeah, I got it. But then just past it is a second boss. It's more powerful than that one. And you're supposed to be able to walk by it and leave. And the game wouldn't let me walk by it.
Oh
So
no.
I fought the thing and lost horribly. And that is over 6 hours of continuous gameplay
Wow.
lost because the thing didn't work the way it was supposed to. And I
That
never
sounds
played it
like,
again.
Doesn't Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door have something like that, where it's you go through 100 levels of something?
Yeah,
That
but
might be.
I feel like Nintendo probably implemented it better. Yeah, I'm angry again now.
It's brought back so many memories.
Yeah, I'm all traumatized.
Dark
But
memory.
at any rate, I believe that is the end of our podcast. I will give you guys an opportunity to say something at the end. So starting with you, Hunter, you have anything you'd like to say? Anything to plug or anything?
No, not yet. Not right now.
Well, how do you feel about this podcast experience in general then? I'll ask you that.
It's definitely different than my previous experience. I was just on an audio podcast a couple of years ago doing gaming news and video game reviews. It's different doing video. I have to be aware of what I'm doing and what's going on to not distract the audience eventually, who will eventually see this. So yeah, I like it. I like using Google Hangouts. It seems like a lot better experience than other video conferencing or audio conferencing programs.
All
And
right.
I'm glad I was able to fish out my webcam to use.
Well, it was great having you on. Okay, Ned, what have you got?
Well, as always, you can watch me on our CFG Twitch channel on Tuesday nights. I'm still making my way through Fallout 4, collecting every piece of power armor I can find.
Yes. Oh.
And of course, you can always find me here. Well, not always, but you can typically find me here on the podcast and just generally throughout the week making myself a general nuisance.
Okay. By the way, you were clutch tonight, so thank you. Okay,
I do what I
Sam.
can.
Well, first of all, thank you for letting me join on this. This was a lot of fun, and you were a great host for first time.
Yeah, it's definitely first time. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah, go check out our other avenues. We, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We have a lot of different content for pretty much every type of geek. And yeah, I do game reviews. I haven't done one in a while. I feel really bad. I am working through, I guess, technically finals. I'm not in school, but I'm doing certification. So for IT,
basically counts.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm a little busy right now, but I do plan on coming back with a God of War review. I would like to. And yeah, that's all I got.
All right, cool. So I'm Assad, my also known as Anafix, and I've been trying to be on as many of these podcasts as I can because that's something I've been wanting to get into, and I hope to see everyone again in future podcasts. And thanks for bearing with me. And well, guys, enjoy the rest of your day whenever you watch this, and catch you later.
Bye.
All right, bye.
For John.